What is going on, my friends? Today we are going to be talking about G Medical Innovations and Troika Media Group, or ticker symbols Gmvd and Trka. These are some Hootmoney favorite stocks, not necessarily stocks that are trending internet wide, but they are stocks that I have covered, I have done analysis on, and I am bringing you guys the update on in today's video. So drop a like if you guys enjoy this content, subscribe to the channel if you are new around these parks. If you guys want all of my buy and sell alerts, Hootmoney trade alerts is the first link in the description down below. We bagged up with rdbx this morning. We made a nice little $400 gain paying for that membership, at least like about a year's worth, whatever. That link is down below in the description or pinned comment section. With all that being said, let's get right into it. So GMVD, we will look at this one first. They are pinning it right below this fib level. We've retested it many different times, and then the 30-minute chart right here, which we went over yesterday, which shows the most accurate price action of GMVD, is showing that it is a pretty good time to be getting in on this dip. You can just see how manipulated this is, just because you can see that it's just green dot, red dot, green dot, red dot, green dot, red dot, and then it's clearly going in this sideways pattern. Like, obviously that's how the price is supposed to, normally operate, right? It's just supposed to go sideways all day, right? Despite there being volume spikes. Today there was plenty of green, especially towards the end of the day. We see on balance volume start to just absolutely moon here. And absolutely no price movement. Actually, the price moved down back to 62 cents, came back up to 64 cents. So it's clearly manipulated price action, making it pretty hard to tell you guys what exactly will happen. But most of these time frames are looking pretty nice. Again, we did have that red to green once again. It's back in the red there on the 4-hour chart. But again, it is holding this level pretty nicely. The 8-hour chart is also looking very good right here. Again, red to green money flow, exactly what we want to be seeing. 2-day chart as well. We got big blue wave, small blue wave, green dot signal on today's 2-day candle. So overall, the TA is still holding very, very well. I've been accumulating, other members of Hootmoney trade alerts have been accumulating at these lower levels, and I'm definitely expecting a spike up to at least 75 cents where we do see that resistance. And honestly, by the time that these failure to delivers are due, about 1.8 million of them, I expect this thing to run back up well over $1 per share. So there is plenty of upside to come in G Medical Solutions based off of those failure to deliver numbers. And if we actually just scroll down here, we can get an idea of these failure to delivers. As you guys can see, there hasn't been this many failure to delivers on the stock ever. And we did see what happened when about 900,000 of those short exemptions were due. We got a major price movement, moving up 80% in a single day. Now we have double the amount of failure to delivers due within the next 2 weeks as those short exemptions, and the stock price is sitting at only 62 cents. I mean, I'm saying $1 per share, but honestly, it could go up like above 120 on this second run, just because there's just way more that needs to be bought back. It's pretty simple math. They only had 900,000 to buy back here. It ran up to 120. Right now, it's at 63 cents, a similar position. They have over double that amount to buy back. Also, majority of the failure to delivers occurred at these price levels down here. It was on June 12th, June 13th. Majority of the price action, majority of this volume is actually below the current price level of 64 cents, where it's chilling at right now. If you see this price action, there is a solid amount, and that's likely where most of it was failed to deliver. If we move up to 75 cents before July 17th, which is when those failure to delivers are due for G Medical, then almost every single point of price action will have to be covered for a loss, besides for the wicks of these candles candles up here. So these market makers are definitely in a very bad position. Could be why they're pinning it at the lower end of this channel right now. Could be also why they're trying to pin it below a fib level. But despite this technical analysis, which is constantly being manipulated, and it still looks pretty good, there's gonna be those failure to deliver. So let's get right into the Ortex data. We came up another 6% on short interest today with an excess of about 67,000 borrowed shares that were not shorted. Cost to borrow is sitting at 280%. I did mention that it would come up to 280%. It was at like 260% yesterday. Utilization also came up to 87%. They do have a little bit more ammo right now, but they probably won't want to use it considering how much they owe. And that's honestly what we've been seeing lately anyways. They've had a reserve of about 200,000, 150,000, sometimes 100,000 shares. Hasn't really dipped below that. They're not really trying to short this thing more than they have to. We don't even know where they are getting these shares from anyways. Utilization was maxed out at 100%. Then it just randomly comes down to 80%, even though the on loan value was in fact going up at that point. It's only coming down right now after the utilization already dropped back down to 80%. So short interest on Ortex doesn't really make any sense. Remember that they randomly reported 5% short interest when Ortex was estimating 0% short interest. So just like the technical analysis, the short interest data is super manipulated as well. I mean, we're just not going to get accurate numbers. When we get the next short interest update from FINRA, from NASDAQ, it's going to probably be completely different than what we are being shown right now. And they're definitely not trying to use this ammo. They're trying to naturally pin this down. I mean, the short volume ratio is also 24% as of yesterday, 38% as of the day before. There was another day with 14%. If they don't have to use their shorts, they're not going to use it because they're already in that really terrible position. So this is definitely something that I'm going to be paying a lot of attention to, right? Because those failure to delivers are going to be due, and it's gonna probably make the price go up, especially if we can hold on this level. So not financial advice, but because of this is my largest position in my portfolio. I probably have like 70% of all of my money in GMVD alone. My conviction is there. My conviction is strong. My average price is actually a lot higher than what the stock is trading at right now because I was averaging down from 75 cents, and I'm comfortably holding. I hope you guys are too. Next stock we have here is TRKA. It did make a little comeback rally, as you guys can see on the daily chart. Still green RSI. We're also oversold. VWAP pointing up. Big blue wave, smaller blue wave right there. Actually, there was another smaller blue wave right there, so there's not quite bullish divergence, but the daily chart is starting to look very good right there, and we did get that green dot on the 12-hour chart, so we are going to retest that fib level at 81 cents, and if it can hold that, if it can reclaim that, it'll move back up to likely about 92 cents, and that's when it'll see its next resistance level. The volume has definitely dried up on this stock as well. I'm sure on balance volume is probably pretty high right now. Yep, it is staying up pretty high right here. The sell-off has been on low volume, so if volume does come back into TRKA, you could expect the price to increase definitely back to that 95-cent level. The 1-hour chart right here does show a green dot. Money flow is coming up. We did get our first positive momentum in over a week since June 24th right here, so that is a good sign that we could potentially be reversing. We're also seeing higher highs, higher lows, and it actually does look like this fib level, no, not quite reclaimed as of yet right there. Here's the short interest data. It's been absolutely spiking up. Cost to borrow at 357% as of today. Average was also at 353%, up from 324% as of yesterday. Utilization is still at 100%. Short interest is estimated to be about 6.42% right there. And as you guys can see from the last two reports, short interest has gone down from 9.87 to 6.43. So what potentially could have happened is that on this little comeback rally that it made, there was some shorts that got in here that ended up closing their position. However, we are still fighting the other shorts that continue to short this stock even at 6% 6.43%. Days to cover has been coming up. I mean, last time we reported this, it was sitting at around 4 days to cover. Now it's at 5.57. So there is way less liquidity now for short sellers to potentially get out of their positions. TRKA failure to delivers are also insane. They've seen the most amount of failure to delivers on this stock ever over the past month or so. They started picking up on this downtrend right here, and then they really picked up once Hootmoney trade alerts got on the play. It went up 280%. Obviously, I always wonder what would happen if they didn't end up cheating, right? Because, I mean, failure to delivers occurring right when Hootmoney trade alerts gets into play. I mean, it's kind of weird, right? But it is what it is. They were able to draw it down to about 135K as of June 14th right there. Also, that essentially marked the bottom of where this stock started to come right back up. And you can also see what happened from Thursday, June 9th to Tuesday, June 14th. As the stock price declined, it was about a 50% hit on the stock price. You also see the failure to delivers cover. So that's essentially what happens when the stock price does come down on these stocks. You see the market makers also simultaneously covering these failure to delivers. Now, are they actually covering these failure to delivers? Most likely not. What they do is they sell you that fake share that never was actually delivered to you. And then when you sell it for either a loss or you just sell it for a profit, that's what counts as them covering their position. They sell you a fake share, you sell it back to them. Now they never even have to deliver that share. So that is why you'll see the failure to delivers be drawn down when the stock price comes down, when there is some selling pressure. Last but not least for TRKA is that they are doing very, very well as a growing company with $294 million in audited revenue for fiscal year 2021. The stock price only has a market cap of about $52 million right there. So their price to sales ratio is extremely low. There's also extremely low risk of being diluted. There are some warrants at $2 per share for TRKA, but it is not really a significant number right there, and there's pretty much not really any risk of being diluted in TRKA. Gmvd, also not too much risk. They have some money there on the shelf. However, they have a similar situation with warrants being priced at $1.50 per share. So no real risk of being diluted in any of these stocks. Anyways, that's about it. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and if you did, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new and you want more updates. I'm definitely going to be covering Gmvd probably almost every day on this channel, especially in July, because I'm just the most bullish on that. I have the biggest position with that, and I'm going to put my mouth where my money is and just continue to talk about it, even if it's not like the APRN or whatever trending ticker there is right now. I know where my conviction lies, and I'm not just going to talk about stocks just because they get me a bunch of views. So Gmvd, expect more content on that one. But with all that being said, that's about it. If you want all of my buy and sell alerts, you can do so using the first link in the description down below, or first link in the pinned comment section to sign up for Hootmoney trade alerts. We've called out Ader at $2.38 before it ended up running to $7. We ended up calling out rdbx at $2.20 or $2.30. I forget the actual value, but that was like the original run back in April before it hit 11, and then it went on to hit $18 per share. We called out TRKA at 38 cents. That moved up to about $1.30, and then we called out Gmvd at 50 cents. We averaged down to like 33 cents at one point. That ended up running to $1.20 as well. So Hootmoney trade alerts has been bagging up. First link in the description down below, and that's all I got. I'll see you guys next time.